This is the installation video for the tririg Omega X brake. Begin by removing the wheel. It's easier to install the Omega X without a wheel in place. We'll bring it back for pad adjustment later. If your bike uses a direct mount standard, either Shimano direct mount or TRP U-mount, begin by removing any pre-installed canty studs to expose the direct mount bosses. The Omega X universal direct mount adapter is compatible with both standards. We include two versions of the direct mount adapter, a high version that's usually best for front brake installations, and a low version usually best for rear brakes. If your bike has both direct mount and traditional single bolt attachment options, always use the single bolt attachment. Next, remove the Omega X front plate and install the brake with one of the included M6 countersunk through bolts. If your bike has a standard single post brake mount, thread the M6 through bolt through the brake, then through the serrated washers positioned on the back of the brake. Pinch in place and slide the whole assembly onto the fork. Hold it in place with a 4mm hex wrench while you tighten the recessed nut with a 5mm wrench. Tighten to a torque of 10 to 15 Nm or whatever is recommended by your fork manufacturer. If you're using the direct mount adapter, choose the shortest through bolt, which is 14mm long. Tighten using a 4mm hex wrench to a torque of 7 to 8 Nm. Next, run brake cable housing up to the Omega X cable hanger and run a brake cable through the Omega X wedge. Now, keeping the cable taut by pulling with a set of pliers, tighten the M6 center pinch bolt on the Omega X wedge to a torque of 4 Nm. Trim the cable, leaving approximately 1 cm of cable below the wedge. You may install a cable tip at this time if you wish. However, ensure that there is at least 3 mm between the bottom of the cable tip and the bottom of the Omega X backplate arc to ensure that the cable tip will not contact the front plate when it is replaced. Replace the Omega X front plate and reinstall the wheel. Adjust the pad height and pad angle, ensuring it properly contacts the center of your rim's brake track. Using the M4 set screws on the side of the Omega X levers, adjust the pad stance width so that the pads are approximately 1 to 2 mm away from the rim on either side. That's it, you're ready to ride.